365 DNI was recently released, a film that has been revealed as the polished version of 50 Shades of Grey, popular film of 2015. However, this new film has managed to mark its own style, drawing the attention of thousands of fans, and that brings us to this video. Today in Charlietales, we are going to talk about 365 DNA. We will analyze the details of the plot, and of course, we will explain its end. Ready? Alrighty then. The film tells us the story of Massimo, an ultra-millionaire Italian sculpted by the angels. He is part of a powerful mafia family, led by his father. Everything was going perfect until one day at a business meeting, he distracted looking at a mysterious woman. Meanwhile, his father got into trouble with another mafia family. This provokes an attack against his father, who dies, and this same attack wounded Massimo. 5 years have passed since the attack, and now we know the story of Laura, the woman that we saw earlier. She has problems with her partner, since he doesn't pay no attention to her. This provokes that she tells herself in private. This contrasts with Massimo, who after the death of his father assumed the leadership of the family and spent his day doing millionaire activities, like give affection to his stewardess. The real movie starts when these characters come together. Massimo has been obsessed with Laura since he saw her on the past. According to him, when he was close to dying, Laura's face appeared to him and that revealed to him that she must be in his life. You will think that being so handsome and millionaire, he could have conquered her with traditional techniques, but instead of that, Massimo kidnapped Laura and forced her to accept a deal. You will be stuck here for 1 full year, and if after that time you have not fallen in love with me, you will be free. She tries her best to escape, but Massimo stops her. She tempts him with her body, and he gets angry and subdues her. It could continue like this for the whole year, but in a short time, Laura already developed Stockholm Syndrome, which is why she creates feelings for her captor. Mario, the protector of the family and friend of Massimo, is uncomfortable with the situation. He knows that Massimo's obsession could bring serious problems for the family. In a party, Laura is almost abused by a gangster from another family. Pay attention to this, because it is important to understand the ending. Massimo saves her and shoots this gangster. This causes a serious problem among mafia families. Mario warns Massimo that continuing like this is unsustainable. He must get rid of Laura, but then she appears. After a strong discussion, Laura accidentally falls off the boat, and Massimo saves her. These events make her finish falling in love with him, and we see a sequence not suitable for minors. Massimo's personality is totally possessive. He's a man who is used to power, to taking what he wants. That's why he kidnapped Laura. Laura has developed the Stockholm Syndrome, becoming obsessed with the violence of Massimo. In an unhealthy way, they both found a way to make the relationship work. It seemed that the movie would end there, but things get dangerous. So Massimo sends Laura away to protect her from the mafia. Laura changed her hair color and remains hidden, but her ex-boyfriend appears and tries to get her back. However, she's already in love with Massimo, so she refuses. Massimo appears in her apartment, and after a hot moment she says she loves him. This causes them to finally unite as an official couple. They work together, they go shopping, and live like a normal couple. Laura discovers that she is pregnant and asks her friend, Olga, to help her organize her wedding. Olga is important to understand the ending, so please remember her too. Together they look for a dress for Laura, and then they want to go shopping. And this is where we come in at the end, because an imminent danger is coming for Laura. Mario receives a call warning him that Laura is in danger. He runs to warn Massimo, but fails. Laura's car enters a tunnel, but never leaves. When Mario arrives with Massimo, it's too late. Massimo doesn't need an explanation. He knows what just happened. The mafia attacked Laura. Massimo is destroyed inside, and cries remembering the woman who took his breath away so many years ago. Bye, Laura. Before explaining what happened to Laura, we must analyze other interesting elements from the end. For example, Mario, although he never agreed with Massimo and Laura's relationship. He desperately wants to save her, and this implies that in the end, accept that they were together. Another thing, that this is the only scene in which we see Massimo cry and lose his composure. In the film, he was an imposing hard man, but he's really emotionally fragile. That's why he developed an obsession with Laura, and that's why his mind is destroyed when he knows that she is gone. The relationship between them is not healthy, but it has reached a rather powerful obsession point, which could trigger great things in a sequel. But now, what really happened with Laura? Let's begin to analyze. According to the available clues, we have two theories, two options. First, the logical option, only with the clues in the movie. As we know, the attack occurred when Laura and her friend entered a tunnel and then disappeared. We cannot see corpses or explosions or flashy clues to how the attack happened. For example, if it were a bomb car, we would see smoke or some kind of disaster, but there is nothing. Based on the death of Massimo's father, the Laura's case could have been more discreet, perhaps a shoot or something like that. And here comes a very important detail. As you may have noticed, Laura changed her hair color shortly before the end, and by a lot of coincidence, Olga was also in that car, and Olga has a hair color identical to the Laura's hair color in the past. You can imagine where I'm going, right? Obviously, the saga will not allow Laura to die, because she is a very popular protagonist and they need her for a sequel. So if you ask me, she did not die. The gangsters confused her friend with her. They eliminate Olga instead Laura. Our protagonist could survive with wounds or something like that. This theory is supported by the fact that the gangsters only had a little contact with Laura. The only time they could see her when a gangster tried to abuse her, and in that situation she had the previous hair color. Massimo did a good job hiding her, and keep in mind that the movie curiously puts Olga in the same car. They could use this confusion to get out of troubles and have a sequel with both protagonists. That is the best theory that I have for solving the ending and the sequel. But now we go with the second option, which is based on the books. So I warn you, I'm going to tell you a spoiler of how the second book begins. According to the books, in the sequel they revealed that Laura never died. She was kidnapped by the enemy family of Massimo. So the second book tells us the story of how Massimo rescues her. Then the books take crazy decisions that involve Laura's baby. But of course, we won't spoil everything here. These will be the options to explain the ending and make a way for a sequel. Personally, I prefer my first theory, because the events that occurred in the books were not well received by the fans. But what do you think? She survived or she is kidnapped? Give me your opinion in the comments. If you liked the video, you can like it, because that helped me too much to continue working on new videos. Also remember to subscribe, because I will create more videos of your favorite movies. Thank you for listening. My name is Charlie, and we'll see you in the future.